Hey y'all. Okay, we are going to interrupt the regularly scheduled program, which is all about my 2025 travel endeavors. And I just need to talk about how many things have gone left in the past 24 hours, but my decision to continue pressing forward in spite of. So, if you're new here, hi, my name is Brianne, and typically I talk about all of my 2025 travel extravaganzas and just sharing my lessons learned, my tips, and advice that I have for you if you're planning to travel to any of the respective countries that I went to last year. But we need to hit pause because I really feel, I don't know if it's just the past 24 hours. I hope it's not the full week, but hey, if God has a plan where he's like, I'm going to need to see if you resilient. I'm going to see if you're going to press through even though things are not going as planned. Whatever, I just need to acknowledge this. So yesterday's video, I went back and watched it, and it's the way that joint was in 2x the entire video. And a part of me, I think Brienne this time last year absolutely would have deleted that joint. And that was actually my original goal. But I didn't realize that the video was in 2x until 11:54 p.m. And I've been committed to posting every single day. I went into CapCut, was like, okay, let me try to just put everything back to 1x and get the video re-uploaded before midnight so that I could still, stay true to my commitment of posting every day. But 12:01 a.m. hit and that one was still showing 84% complete. So I just had to eat it. And I think one thing I was just talking to my husband about is that because I am in the beginning stages of YouTube, there are a lot of lessons learned that I am learning early without a major following, which will be incredibly helpful whenever I have, thousands of followers. And it just honestly speaks to the point of like progress over perfection and learning as you go. And so when 12:01 hit and I was like, wow, that joint was really 8 minutes long because I was on 2x. And the reason that it was on 2x is because it was a vlog, and I am very mindful of the stuff that gets out there, of course, like on social media. And I just didn't want anything that was sensitive or confidential to be on like the voiceover. So I was listening to it in 2x, making sure I got all of the stuff out that didn't need to be said in front of the World Wide Web. But I forgot to put the joint back to 1x by the time I was done with that. So that's what happened. But you know what? I was like, okay, I'm going to leave it up there because I need to get my video out for the day. But tomorrow's video will be a full vlog of my Greece trip. So I do look forward to putting that together. And honestly, this time last year, I was so, what's the word? Intimidated, I guess, by the editing process that there's so many of my trips that have never seen the light of day when it comes to like taking it from my DJI to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, any of it. But yeah, honestly, the editing process was not hard for Mykonos. So I'm like, tomorrow I'll make up for the silly mistake of mine from yesterday, and we'll have everything 1x, and we'll also have a video just going over all of Paros, Athens, and Mykonos. Now, there are some excursions we did and some nights we went out where I was like, I don't trust, it just was not the best idea for me to bring my DJI, so everything will not be included from like the entirety of the trip, but I'm excited to share the experiences from each of those respective cities. Now, the second thing that went left yesterday was, I don't know if y'all have seen the new like TikTok guidelines and how they essentially revamped like what information we shared. I honestly didn't read all of it like I should have. But ever since then, there have been a lot of people who have shared glitches in the videos that they're posting, and same thing. So TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, I am posting daily. I'll definitely continue posting daily on YouTube for the next 100, well, what do I have? The next like 80, 70 something days or so, because I'm going to do that for 100 days starting from January 1. But for TikTok and Instagram, we'll see. We'll see what type of time I'm trying to be on, because it is a large commitment daily. But for my TikTok video for yesterday, at first I saw that it had 0 views, but I was like, oh, that's, pretty normal for the first couple minutes. But then right before I went to bed, around the same time I checked the TikTok video, or the YouTube video, I saw that it was still at 0. And my husband, he's also, posting on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube daily as well. And he had mentioned that 3 of his videos had like something around like community guidelines issues. This piece of hair was just, thank you. He had also mentioned that he had some issues with his videos too. But his are now flowing and going. And mine, when I look on TikTok on the back end side, it's showing that the video is posted for only me. But when I look on the actual like TikTok app, it's showing posted for everyone. But he can't see that video. So again, I'm at the crossroads of, do I just delete it and therefore like no longer have my daily streak, even though no one can see what I posted yesterday? Or do I just let it be? And I'm of the mindset that like everything that I put out on social media or on YouTube, whatever the case is, like this is me getting my reps in, but it's also me learning along the way. So now I'm not going to wait until 11 p.m. Okay. I'm just not going to wait until the last minute to get stuff out or to double check that everything was properly processed. And it's one of those things that we just have to, navigate as we go. So controlling the controllables, focusing my mindset on the progress over perfection. And I wanted to share another thing that happened today that actually ended in an exciting turn of events. So it's been icy, snowing here in Raleigh, and the temperatures just keep dipping, so the ice hasn't had a chance to fully melt. And so originally I was supposed to have a solid core class at 6:15 this morning. That obviously got canceled because everything was still iced over. I pushed it back to 1:30, but then that also got canceled. So at that point I was like, all right, I guess we're not doing solid core. But I do have this thing of never skipping a Monday workout. So thankfully I still have my Peloton downstairs and we have power. So I was like, okay, Brianne, just get 45 minutes on the Peloton. Did that. And how about I PR'd? And I just PR'd again last week too. So I'm like in this rhythm now where it's like, I'm like, all right, let's see if you can get better than you were last week. And had I actually had that solid core class, there's no way I would have done the 45 minute. Well, I might have done the 45 minute ride, but I would not have PR'd. And so it is just a reminder for me, like, even if the plan changes or even if things pop up that are out of your control, you still need to focus on the goal that you set and focus on following through with what you said you were going to do. So I do hope that this is some type of encouragement to anyone who may be going through a situation, a week, a month. I mean, I was going to say a year, but we're still in January. But if you're going through a moment in time where you're just feeling like all the things that you're intentionally trying to do are not actually producing what you expected, keep pressing on. Like, know that even if you feel as though nobody's watching, the self-respect that you gain when you stay true to your commitments and keep your promises to yourself it builds momentum to the point where like you almost become even more audacious and more excited for what you're capable of in the future. So yeah, it's, while I'm irritated with the tech side of things, and I also am working towards getting 200 classes on Solid Core, so it felt like today was like one missed opportunity to get closer to that goal. I still surpassed a milestone that was on my Peloton with that PR. So we'll get back to the travel videos tomorrow, but I just had to hit pause and be like, flag on the field, let's talk about it. So I will see you all tomorrow for the vlog. I won't see you face to face, but I'm excited to share the Greece vlog and hopefully just give some insight and encouragement with just things to do and places to consider when it comes to any Greece trips that you may have going forward. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.